Hello, everyone. I'm Frank Murphy, here by myself once again because, as you know, Kira Cup is away at Daytona.
I don't exist, apparently.
Oh, wait, what?
Hi.
Hello, Kira dear.
Hey, Frank dear. How you doing?
That's a reference to when we started the show. The one comment, nowadays we get 3 pages worth of comments, but the first time we ever did the show, the only comment we got was, hello, Kira dear.
And I'd always be like, hello. And then Frank always got offended because at the time we were doing the Ask Frank show, and nobody asked him a question.
But now we're getting questions.
We are.
And regrets, once people realize, oh, why did I ask that? He's actually going to go on now at great length. So we're doing the bit where we like, share, comment, yada, yada, yada. And we want you to do the same. So go hit the share button and then hit write post. And then hit your news feed and share this with your pals, because that way more of you can see it.
Yeah.
You
can see it, you can hear it, and then we also have a podcast now where you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, so many other places.
I'm practicing anytime a visual comes on the screen to use my powers of play-by-play and description to not say what's going on. So right now, if you're watching the show, I would be sitting on the left, and Kira would be sitting on the right, and Kira's wearing a hat. She kind of has... You ever see the pictures of the basic girls?
Excuse me?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the girls who look just like you.
Okay.
The basic girls with their hats and their jeans and their high boots.
Well, I was actually inspired to wear this outfit by the owners of Apple Barn. They're actually sponsors of Chad sometimes.
Explain Chad.
Chad Fincham, he's a race car driver. He's the reason why I went to Daytona 500, because I made videos for him. Mm-hmm. And
you're his official videographer.
I am. So the owners of Apple Barn sometimes sponsor his car. They didn't sponsor it this time, but they're big race fans, so they went down there.
Race fans.
Yes. Well, the wife, she was wearing this really cute hat, so I felt inspired to wear this today.
That's fantastic.
Because of her.
Lovely. Yeah. Well, it does look good. If I thought it looked bad, my mother always told me, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. So if I didn't like it, I probably wouldn't say anything.
That's good to know.
I'm almost positive I wouldn't say anything. I would just be like, hi. No, I felt safe in teasing you because I liked the hat.
Well, thank you.
A few things business-wise that we want to take care of on this episode, this Ask Frank Live episode of Morning in the Mountains. So it's Morning in the Mountains, Ask Frank Live, starring Kira. I think is how we're going to go with it.
It's a long title.
Well, let's be real. We've got tickets from the Phoenix Theaters in Pigeon Forge Cinema, so you can go see a couple of great movies, perhaps, whatever you want to. Or one. If you go alone, you can see 2 movies.
Yeah, so keep commenting while we're live, and you might be the lucky winner of these tickets at the end of the show. If
you want to bring a friend, then you can only see 1 movie. And speaking of movies, our friend Jim Johnson has a movie tonight. He sent us a text that he's got a basketball movie called Ball of Confusion that he made with Silk Cozart.
That's
Jim,
awesome.
I think, is the producer and Silk is the director.
Yeah, so Silk Cozart, he was actually a really big actor back in the 90s.
That's when I first met him. I know this is kind of weird, but Silk Cozart is from Knoxville. He and Jim Johnson are best pals. They work together on so many projects. So when I met Silk Cozart here, I said, Silk, this is going to sound crazy, but I met you in 1992, I guess. And he's like, what do you mean? Doesn't that sound weird?
It does sound weird.
But I did, because at the time he had just done White Men Can't Jump. Mm-hmm. And I was working in Los Angeles, and there were these terrible riots. And we did a Stop the Violence radiothon. And I needed celebrity guests to come be on the show. We had Arsenio Hall was going to be he's another, do you know who he is? Or are you too young?
I have no idea who he is.
Arsenio Hall was huge at the time. So he was going to be the MC, the host of it. And I needed to line up a bunch of celebrity guests to be on this. And then we did a call-in radiothon. Anyway, so the first one I got was Silk Cozart. His publicist said, what about Silk Cozart? I'm like, yeah.
Let's take Silk Cozart.
So, and it was really cool. So anyway, he's directed this movie about basketball now called Ball of Confusion. And they're premiering it tonight at Cinnabar at West Town Mall at 6:30. So that is sweet.
That is sweet.
Jim's asking if I can come, but I have to text him back when I get a moment that I've got symphony tickets for tonight to get my Beethoven on.
Fancy Beethoven, woo!
And look at all the good mornings. See, now look at all the Kira fans are coming.
Everybody's saying, hey, good morning, everybody.
This is outstanding. I love it when the Kira fans...
Kate sent some waving emojis. So
well, thank you. We appreciate that very much. But I do want to get my Beethoven on tonight, and I'm a little worried about the driving, the traffic. How was your drive here?
Here, it wasn't so bad. The rain was. There was a lot of rain.
Just rain, though, at this point.
It was. It's not like it was whenever I left to go to Daytona.
Oh, that was pouring rain.
Yes, like the interstates were shut down in some parts, and it was a mess.
Well, let's cover today's conditions first, real quick, and then because we'll have to get to those again later. And David Aldrich has got the weather forecast with the snow accumulation amounts.
Hey, Rich.
And we're expecting, of course, here in Pigeon Forge and up in Gatlinburg, there'll be a lot more accumulation. I'm hoping that the roads are warm enough still that it'll melt when it hits the pavement and just stick to the grass and the trees, and it'll look pretty, but you can still drive. That's the best kind of snow.
Yeah, just walk out there, Frank, and you'll melt everything away.
Because I'm so hot?
Sure.
That's what you're implying.
Well, no, I mean, like, we get so hot from these lights. Your skin can just radiate the heat off onto it all.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm all about that. I like Tennessee because I'm a spring and summer guy, and I like how our summer drags on into October. And the shorter the winter can be, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I know the snow folks, the Ober-Gatlinburg, the skiers, all the lovely, wonderful, alpine types prefer cold weather and snow. I'm not that guy. My birthday was the longest day of the year.
The longest day of the year.
June 22nd.
Okay.
The most sun. I'm a summer guy. I like all that.
Nice.
I like to go in the pool. I like to be warm. I like to be hot. I like to jump in the pool to cool off, and then get out of the pool and be hot again. I like it.
It's quite the line.
But anyway, the weather today, though. My wife woke up at 5 something, and I said, "It's snowing." She's not yet. It's raining, but it's supposed to change to at 11 a.m. was what she was telling me hours and hours ago. Which I said, "Oh, good. That's when I'm on my way home from Pigeon Forge. So maybe I can dodge a few snowflakes."
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, I don't know, but
because I got to go to the symphony tonight. It's got to be nice
hopefully
weather.
It'll be nice. Gigi says it's still raining in Jefferson City. I'm assuming it's still raining outside. Can you hear it?
Yeah, it was raining. It was light rain. I didn't need my umbrella. I was able to, not melt.
Yeah.
Because I'm very delicate. I'm a delicate
You'd
flower.
probably fizzle if you got rained on. Because your skin's so
because I'm so hot.
Hot.
I don't think I'm that warm. Let me feel my skin.
Oh,
You're
you
colder
are warm.
than no, but you're cold.
I'm always cold.
I think you've got poor circulation.
Cold-hearted.
I think. Well, they say cold hands, warm heart. Put your fingertips right here again. Yeah, your fingertips are cold.
Oh my gosh, they are.
Yeah, I think you gotta eat some meat.
I'm not going to. Gigi says she loves the snow. Rose says morning. Hi, Rose. Rose was on here.
She filled in for you a week ago and did a fine job, so thank you very much.
I love you, Rose.
You two know each other from the movie business.
We do. We've been in a couple of different projects together, and we're usually just on set, just hanging out sometimes at different places, because we're not always in the movie. Sometimes we just go out and hang out because it's just a fun thing to do.
But you also, since you're Chad Fincham's videographer, you would know how to make a movie.
I do.
And you've made a few, right?
I have. I've made 2 different races of his, and then this is the 3rd one.
But have you made a movie with like actors and fiction and?
Oh,
Didn't you make something? I thought you made something when you were little.
I did whenever I was in, I think my freshman year of high school. I made a movie called Addie. And it was about a doll who came to life and haunted this woman.
I think I watched it because you remember before you left that your friend Walter from the Holy Land Market told me to find on YouTube the commercial that you made for the Holy Land Market, which was a very long commercial, by the way.
It is a very long commercial.
Lengthy, but he wanted me to watch it. So I said, I don't know how to find it, but I Googled and searched and ultimately found 2 different YouTube accounts of yours with all sorts of stuff.
Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of embarrassing things up in the world.
Well, I'm no one to talk. Believe me, I can't throw rocks from inside my glass house over here. While you were gone, we talked about the time I got stuck in an elevator on a secret job interview.
Oh gosh.
And that story, I think, actually got my mother to watch the episode. What are you canceling or sending?
So Rich said there's no chance of snow where he's at.
You know why?
Is he in Florida?
Yes.
I just got back Rich, come on.
Yeah, he's going to do his Sports in the Smokies show tomorrow from the beach.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah.
And
What did
thank
she
you,
say?
Doug.
Your outfit, yes, the outfit is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Would you like to sing some Fleetwood Mac songs while you're here?
Rhiannon, who will be her lover?
You know them at least. I mean, here, you're in your early 20s. I'm throwing a Fleetwood Mac reference out to see if you.
Hey, no, Fleetwood Mac became popular again whenever American Horror Story came out.
Oh, all right.
So, American Horror Story is a really weird and interesting show.
So a Mac resurgence, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I like the other. There's another one. That guy Ryan Murphy. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Who's this?
wait.
What do we have?
Deborah just said you're handsome.
Thank you, Deborah. See, we get a lot of the Kira's beautiful comments, and that is outstanding. We appreciate all of that. And there's no doubt, I mean, no question, because like I said, we used to only get, "Hello, Kira dear," was the only comment we got over and over again from that one guy who doesn't watch anymore.
I know.
I think I
Where'd he
scared
go?
him. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I
did.
scared him off.
And Doug said that he's been watching our Roku recast, which is really cool because we are on Roku now.
That's the best way for my mom to watch.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the Roku in the bedroom, and I think it's super convenient, the Roku.
I think so too.
And Hunter, by the way, is the one who's making sure that the shows get on Roku in a timely fashion. Because it's all been growing. Everything we do here at Mountain Fun Life is a growing process, a learning process. And I think we get better at it each day. So things get a little more efficient. And anyway, so I'm proud of you, Hunter, for getting that done. Thank you.
We're constantly tweaking things. And then, of course, we love you all. And I've missed you like crazy, by the way.
You did watch the shows and comment while
I did.
I noticed that.
I did.
You were stalking us online.
I was.
To make sure.
I was.
You wanted to make sure that I didn't say anything bad about you.
I did. Anytime I saw like comments where they said my name or something, I think, I have to go watch this part and make sure.
Do you have a Google News alert for yourself?
No? What's that?
Oh, you can search for yourself on Google. And then you go over to the news section to see if you've been mentioned in any news articles.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And or if you're mentioned on a website. And there's a way to set up an alert so that anytime your name pops up somewhere, or whatever word, you can use any phrases you want. Like I have them set up for Einstein Simplified, and for other things that I used to be president of, like the FBI Knoxville Citizens Academy, or the Front Page Foundation. I have all these Google alerts for things, places I've worked, East Tennessee PBS, Scholars Bowl, all these past jobs that I've had over time. And so when they get mentioned, I get a Google email. Now, for Frank Murphy, there's so many other Frank Murphys in the world.
Because you're basic.
I am super basic. And perhaps one of the most common Frank Murphys would be the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice in Detroit. So I get a lot of notifications about murder trials in Detroit that are happening at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. And I get a lot of notifications about there's apparently a rugby referee or something like that over in Ireland.
That's kind of cool.
Who's a bit of a pain that people don't like. So they mention him a lot. Anyway, I was looking to see, I guess I've deleted them all already, but I have a ton of these Google alerts for various projects with which I'm involved.
Well,
so,
if they send you messages there's one.
Yeah, Body Farm. See, I have one set up for Body Farm.
That's cool.
The forensics lab in Tennessee. There you go. So that way I know when there's a story about it, I can, if it's relevant, I can forward it to the people who need to see it.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Frank. You're popular.
Well, no, we need one for you, though. I think we need a Kira Cup. So
Do
that
we?
way, of course you do.
I don't know if I want to see everything out there about me.
But you put it in quotes. You don't get, so that someone might write about you.
That would be interesting.
How are you going to know unless
Are
you
you
have
going to write about me? Somebody write about me so I can get a Google alert.
I'll help you set it up.
Okay.
Because I think now that, you've been mentioned on Chad Fincham's Twitter feed and Facebook page and all of his things, and you were mentioned by name.
That's true.
So those would, I think, show up in the Google alert. You would show, I'll see that sometimes if I get mentioned on Twitter, that, so-and-so tweeted, oh, that Frank Murphy, here he is pretending he's so smart on Scholars Bowl or whatever it is, whatever hate mail they're trying to send me, hate tweets.
People are mean.
Yeah. But, I think that would absolutely turn up because you are the official Chad Fincham videographer. You're on Team Fincham.
I am. Hashtag Team Fincham.
Do you get free heating and cooling, HVAC maintenance or anything out of this?
Well, I've never needed that, but I'm sure they'd probably help me out if I needed it.
Chad Fincham's parents own one of the best heating and air companies in town, A1 Fincham Heating and Cooling.
They do.
And that's how I know them, actually. I know them from that. And they're top-notch people. So then they said, "Oh, our son's a NASCAR driver." I'm like, I had no idea. I just thought, I thought there was a NASCAR car on your billboard just because you like NASCAR.
Not many people know about it, which I think is crazy. I think people are starting to know since he tried to be in the Cup race.
That's the difference. Is Rich Haley was explaining this to me ad nauseum, that because I'm having trouble grasping all the differences. Like, what did Chad Fincham do at Daytona? Because he came in 20th, but that still is good, but not good enough. So maybe you can explain it to me.
Well, what happened was he was actually running in the top 15. I think he was in 13th or 11th place at one point.
Yeah.
And then whenever he came back in for a pit stop, there was an error that happened at the pit stop. So NASCAR they penalized him, and he had to sit there for a while, and he was behind a whole lap. So that's why he came in 20th and not higher up.
Okay.
But his teammate, Timmy Hill, actually got 3rd place.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then Timmy Hill ended up getting to go to the Cup race as well. He got into that.
So when you go to Daytona, or I think it's at Bristol as well, right? There's like 2 races, and one of them is the Cup race.
There's actually multiple races. So you've got the truck race.
But I mean, if I'm just talking about NASCAR cars, right? Wouldn't it be it used to be the Sprint Cup, but now it's just the Cup or the NASCAR Cup?
Yeah, it's just NASCAR Cup.
Your name is Cup.
It is.
Which is also confusing.
We made some jokes about that while I was down there.
So there's a Kira Cup.
Yes.
And then there's a NASCAR Cup.
Kira Cup goes to the Cup race to film the Cup race.
Rich Haley caught my Latin. It's like a little Latin phrase in there. He says ad nauseum. Well, I could have said ad infinitum.
Wait, Rich, are you nauseous? Does Frank make you nauseous?
No. What I said was that Rich explained it to me ad nauseum, which means
it sounds like nausea.
It does. It means to the point of sickness. I couldn't get it. I kept asking him to please re-explain. So you can either say he explained it ad infinitum, which is to infinity, or another way of saying it, its joke is saying explained it ad nauseum, to the point where I made everybody sick with my ignorance of NASCAR.
Right.
Because I was asking and just still trying. I'm still asking.
You are. Well, I actually made a lot of videos and photos while I was down there.
So can you explain to me then? There's the Cup, and then the other one, which is not the Cup.
The Xfinity race.
All right. So then there's those two races, and which one was Chad in?
Chad was in the Xfinity, but he did the dual race to try to get into the Cup race, but he ended up not making it.
But still, this is a big step. He's more famous now.
Oh my goodness, yes.
After Daytona than he was when we interviewed him here. He was just,
this is huge. I mean, there's only 80 people in the entire world who gets to be a NASCAR driver, and Chad's one of them.
Oh, wow.
It might be more than 80, but it's 80 to 90.
Okay, because that explains a lot then. I kind of was trying to compare it to baseball, where you're really good in the minor leagues, you work your way up, you're a star at the Tennessee Smokies baseball, and then you make it to the Chicago Cubs, and now you're big time.
That's kind of how it is with NASCAR, because he's explained it to me, it's like high school. So freshman year, I think it might be the K&N series, and then you go to the truck series, and then Xfinity, and then Cup. So he was just barely at the Cup series this time.
And he's only 25.
I know, he's really young.
Right, or he'll be 26 this year, according to Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm. And he's a great person. He's so kind.
No doubt. He's wonderful.
What was really cool that he did, whenever the drivers come out before a race, they're announced. So they have this big deal. You come out on stage, you wave at everybody, you sign autographs. Yes, just like that. And he actually doesn't wave like that. He just walks out like this. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
But whenever he walked out, he had these 2 kids with him. I don't know if you knew the kids or not, but they came out with him, and they were just all smiles, so happy.
Nice.
And then, but that's not even the best part. Whenever he got out, after a race car driver is announced, they go into the back of a truck They stand there, and then they're driven around the track one time,
wow.
and they wave at everybody. Well, he still had the kids with him.
That sounds like a gladiator in the back of a chariot.
It does. It's really cool. But he had the kids with him, and their parents weren't around, so he didn't want to just leave them there. No, so he like the NASCAR officials, they did not want any riders to come with him, but he insisted that they come with him because he was not going to leave them there alone.
Good.
And I just think that's extremely golden of him, because a lot of other drivers wouldn't do that. Like, they would just they just worry about themselves. But
now let me jump to another image of a NASCAR driver with 2 kids. We saw last night the beautiful image of Ryan Newman walking barefoot out of the hospital on his own 2 feet, holding his little girl's hands.
I know.
That was, and the Finchams, of course, were big on social media on Monday night talking about the NASCAR family and prayers for Newman and all of the things. What a miracle, if you will.
I know, like, if you watch the video of the accident, he was so close to the finish line. He was going to come in first.
Yeah.
And then whenever he wrecked, he flipped backwards, his car caught on fire, his car split. I was thinking, there is no way he's going to survive this. But he did, and he just walked away.
And what amazed me was Rich Haley told me that the upside down, on fire, skidding on the roof still came in 4th. That still counts.
I know.
He was the 4th place finisher. And when I say it's miraculous, I'm going to say but the miracle also started years ago when Ryan Newman, according to the article I read, was inspired to ask for an additional safety bar, a roll bar on the top of the cab, the driving compartment, whatever you call it. And that bar that he insisted on, and nobody made a big deal about it at the time, but he did, and NASCAR said, all right, whatever, we'll allow it. That thing that he insisted upon may have been what saved his life.
I think that's amazing.
So that miracle is, in works for a few years. And let's see that picture of barefoot Ryan Newman. Thank you, Hunter, for finding it so quickly. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Somebody pointed, I didn't realize he was barefoot the first 7 or 8, 9 times I saw it. One of my Facebook friends pointed it out, that he had no shoes with him when he came to the hospital, so he walked out barefoot.
Yeah, well, the fire suits that they have them wear, they have their
no shoes?
racing, well, there are shoes, but they're not really shoes that you would just wear around places, and if he was in the accident, maybe his shoes got messed up or they had to cut them off or something.
Okay. They're not like, it's not like the pajamas that have the feet in them.
Right. It's.
I can imagine them driving in that. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice, but it's separate shoes.
Yeah.
And then their fire suits, they actually had to get new ones this year because they keep having to get new ones to have like all these different things fixed about them to make them more safe.
Yeah.
So maybe that helped them too.
Well, let's take a momentary pause from our NASCAR talk to check in with some weather reports.
Okay.
I see that Jennifer Lovett and Julie are sending in some weather reports. Julie,
she said there's a snow mix in Knoxville, and then Julie says hope that the snow doesn't amount to anything.
we agree with you on that. I don't mind it on the grass. I mean, I'm sure we'll see pictures of it on people's back deck and on their barbecue grill, on their lawn chairs. That's fine. That's where snow belongs. I don't like it on the roads or the sidewalks.
Me either.
Because I need to get around. I got places to go. I got things to do.
Yeah.
And by the way, all of your comments count as entries. So each of you who has commented, minus Rich because he works here, and maybe minus Jennifer too because her husband works here. That would be unfair. But the rest of you who don't work here are in the running for the Phoenix Theater's movie tickets for Pigeon Forge Cinemas. And Jennifer is a huge NASCAR fan, we learned.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, yeah. Jennifer.
Racing shoes have a layer to protect from the heat.
That's
so yeah,
nice.
it's not like footy pajamas.
Yeah.
But I mean, what astronauts need shoes?
They do. Everybody needs shoes.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think astronauts need shoes unless they're
Well,
going
they
out
do.
on the moon. If you're just floating around in the space station.
They'd probably get really cold.
Oh yeah, I got thermal socks that I bought in the As Seen on TV section at Walmart, and they're supposed to be to 35 below, and I'm wearing them today.
Oh, you're so interesting.
I prefer to be hot. I prefer to
Well,
be hot.
that explains why your skin's always so, like, just sitting next to you, I can just feel the heat off of him, which I kind of like because I'm always cold.
When I'm home, now at home, my wife is the one who feels hot, and I'm the one who feels cold, so I'm bundling up, wearing extra layers, and
Yeah.
And then she likes us to put the fan on. I'm like, oh, I'm freezing over here. Can we put up some kind of barrier to protect me from your fan?
I mean, the snow or the coldness is terrible.
Oh, Amber wants a blizzard?
Yes.
You know where you can have a blizzard, Amber? You can hike up to the Mount LeConte, and you can have a big old blizzard up there.
Go on up there. It's gorgeous. Send us some pictures, too, while you're there.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Rich Haley says he sent a picture of himself wearing a hat.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, he did. Hunter, I'll have to figure out how to what's the best way for me to send this to you, Hunter? Do I forward it to you on Facebook? Or,
Rich, send it to Mountain Fun Life's Facebook account.
All right, because I'm trying to send it to Hunter. I'm sending it to Matt Hinken by mistake. Let's, or I'll just, yes, because he had Facebook Messengered it to me. So what I'll do is I'll save it somehow. Let's see. And can I do that? Is there a way to download it? More, share, save photo.
There you go.
It's nice though, Rich. Yeah. And Kira, you win. You totally win. But
what?
Don't tell Rich.
I win.
Don't tell him yet. We'll let you all vote on this. Once we'll do a picture side by side.
Oh,
so while I'm getting this ready, Hunter, get a screen grab of Kira and her pretty hat ready, and I'll send you this.
Chelsea says she loves snow. And
all right.
Amber says her little boy would love the Mount LeConte hike.
Yeah.
And Megan says she wants a blizzard. Why does everybody want a blizzard?
Because they're at Dairy Queen. They're delicious. I have your work email address, Hunter. I missed the other one that you put up on the screen, but I'll just send it to that. I'll send it hat. That's a good, that'll be fun. So we'll get to that momentarily. We'll have a hat contest. If you want to send pictures of yourself wearing a basic hat.
Yeah, we can vote
what
on
is that called?
I don't know. Felt?
It is felt. But it's got a brim. It's got some texture to it.
You want to know why I'm wearing a hat?
Bad hair day?
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, I saw, where was this you yesterday? You and the boyfriend driving somewhere with quote-unquote hashtag curly hair problems?
Yes, he rented a convertible Mustang whenever he joined me down in Florida. We went over to Orlando, and he surprised me by taking me to Disney World.
Did you know boyfriend was coming to Orlando?
Yes.
All
I
right.
didn't know we were going to Disney World, though, or that he was going to rent a convertible or get me flowers.
Florida. Why wouldn't you? Well, this guy's in it to win it.
I know. He spoils me rotten.
Okay. I think he's playing the long game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're probably right.
Good for him. All right, good. Way to go, boyfriend. Good job.
Way to go, David.
All right, so now, so you were in Florida. Did you wear the hat in Florida?
No, I didn't wear a hat in Florida.
Okay. Rich Haley is in Florida currently at this very moment wearing a hat, and he wants us to compare his hat to Kira's hat. I am voting for Kira because she's sitting right here.
Thank you.
I'm within smacking distance. I
are.
have to vote for Kira, but I probably would anyway. Now, Rich looks very good in that hat.
He looks amazing.
You might want to wear that more, Rich.
That's a good picture of you, Rich.
It's a good hat.
Let's show it.
They did.
Oh, you did show it.
I think what they're doing now is they're superimposing Rich over me.
Oh.
So that, no, you're fine. Hunter's got it all worked out. He don't move. You're good. So now you can vote who wore it better, with goatee or no goatee. Who wore it better, Kira or Rich? So please put your comments and each of your votes, by the way. I'm assuming if you're new, if you haven't commented yet, even something as simple as that, your comment, who wore it better, Kira or Rich, that'll count as a vote.
Doug said, I'd vote for Kira to sport a hat better.
Oh, anytime.
Just vote for Kira.
I mean, I can imagine any hat you'd put on would probably look, right? Because you're a stylish person.
You should see some of the hats I have. I have one with a light bulb on top of it.
Well, that might be a little nerdy.
I'm going to wear it.
I know. Now that I mentioned it, of course you're going to wear it.
Ooh, everybody's saying Kira.
Well, you have to.
I want to vote Rich, because
Rich's hat is good. I like Rich's hat. I do.
I do, too.
But have you seen the picture where I don't have permission to show it on the air, but you've probably seen it online, the meme, where it's about a dozen girls all wearing variations of the same outfit.
Oh, yeah.
With the big hat with the rounded brim, and usually with the tight jeans and the high boots, and then some kind of maybe sweater vest. They all look like they should be drinking pumpkin spice lattes. And there's new captions occasionally. Like you get the PSL, pumpkin spice latte caption in the fall. The latest one I saw is, here's a picture of the moms of Aiden, Caden, Braxton, Claxton, and all these weird spellings.
Oh, like all the basic names?
Well, the modern names, the current names. Like, that's how you know. Julie Gibson says she only can't decide. She likes Rich's hat as well.
What about Frank? Frank, do you want to wear my hat? I promise I don't have head lice.
If you put it on me properly in a stylish fashion, I prefer to be styled.
Let me get the lint off of it.
I want to be... Now, I have an unusually large head. I have tiny pupils and a large head.
That'll floof my hair.
You know what I look like? A little bit like Huck Finn, maybe?
You do.
Brer Rabbit, perhaps? Do they still have that at Disney World? Or is that too dated and politically incorrect?
I was only at Disney for a day, so I didn't see everything.
I used to go to Disneyland in California a lot. And we would, I think what we're going to try to do now is we're going to do side-by-side comparison. Now, if you want to vote for Rich, here's your opportunity. Because there is no question in my mind that Rich Haley looks better in his hat than I do in Kira's hat. I mean, if I look over this one, there's no doubt in my mind that Rich is looking better hat-wise than I am.
I don't know, though, Frank.
I look like something out of Song of the South, or... which you can't say, that's politically incorrect to say that. Or, I'm distantly related to Mark Twain, so I'm going to go with one of those characters. Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, what do you think?
Chelsea says Indiana Jones.
He has a good hat. My son, I actually have an Indiana Jones souvenir hat from Disneyland from when that ride opened. And I gave it to my son, and that's his go-to Halloween costume, is he digs out the old Indiana Jones hat from Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Florida, excuse me, and puts on, gets a whip and a vest and things.
Rich says Deliverance, Frank.
Oh, the Ned Beatty part, or which part? I don't want to be the Ned Beatty.
Isn't that the movie with
dueling banjos?
Yes, or the squeal like a pig.
That's what I referred. That was the Ned Beatty reference.
Okay.
He was the unfortunate recipient.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can take your hat back.
Thank you.
Clamp it. Whoa! We have a winner. We have a winner. This is who I am. I look like Jed Clampett. Yes. I mean, I don't look like Jed Clampett, but if Jed dressed up to go to the bank one day and put on a pink shirt and a silver tie, that might be.
And Julie's trying to get on our good side. She said, still can't vote for the hat. Everyone looks amazing wearing it.
I do not look amazing wearing it.
I thought it looked okay.
It was funny, but it doesn't look pretty. I have a headache, actually, from it. It was too tight. What size is your head?
I don't know. I mean...
Like, when I go to does it have a hat size in
there? It doesn't. It's just a one size fits all. But apparently, it doesn't fit all. Like,
if I go to a baseball stadium and want to buy a souvenir hat, those cheapo ones with the plastic in the back, I have to open it up all the way and put it on the very last tab. And I prefer to, when I have a fitted hat, I prefer to have that, but I don't like wearing hats at all anyway. But I have to get, I used to remember my size, but it was like a weird size that's hard to find. 7 and, big.
7 and big.
Well, I mean, because they come in eighths, but when you get up to the point where you're above 5/8, it's like 7 and 5/8, it's like, or 7 and 3/4, something like that. It's just, it's a lot of head. My wife tells me I have a big head.
Let's see here.
No, I mean, she meant it figuratively, but whatever.
No, I mean like...
Head-wise?
Yeah. Whose head's bigger?
Well, I don't know. You've got a hat on, and you've got all that hair.
I do.
I just got a haircut.
Look how tiny my head is compared to...
Let me see your pupils, because I have tiny pupils. Now, you have regular, normal-sized pupils.
I do.
I have tiny pupils, which is why I like the bright lights, big city. You can win tickets to... anyway, let's go...
I think we're about out of time, Frank.
No, I have lots to... I mean, I can keep going.
I know you can.
You know that I have plenty to talk about, but we haven't shown any of the videos yet of your trip to Daytona. We've shown the picture of Ryan Newman. We've shown the picture of Rich Haley. I've described the basic girls with their Aiden, Braden, Caden, Maiden, and Sladen children's names. But I would love to now see you you thought of us. Did you?
I did.
Did you make these for us while you were?
Actually, I made them for a vlog, but who knows if I'll ever actually edit it. Maybe I will.
Your own? Whose vlog? Your own?
My own. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that what that is? That's your nose. I saw this.
Oh yeah.
There's a picture in the queue of the first thing that we're going to see, and I realize now it's part of your head.
I should have cut that first
I'm
part out before I sent it to Hunter.
I'm looking way over there. Now I look at the closer one. I'm like, oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's attractive, isn't it?
It's up your
Hunter,
nostril shot.
You can fast forward
You
through
can
that
freeze
video
frame.
a little bit.
I want to see the freeze frame. Cut to the freeze frame
no. Oh,
from the
no.
very beginning. I want everyone to see the nostril shot that I'm getting on the monitor. No, he's zoomed past it. So there it is. Yeah, show everybody
goodness.
that. Show everybody what I'm seeing. The picture of Kira's nostrils.
This is a video about giving an update about what all is about to happen. I love how I'm over the mountains too. I'm like the sun emerging from the mountains.
All right, so this is the one we're going to watch first. This one.
Yes.
All right, set it up.
Okay, Hunter, do your thing. I'm in Daytona, Florida. Woo! I am here for the Daytona 500 race as a videographer. So what I'm doing is I'm following driver Chad Fincham. He's competing for the Cup race and also the Xfinity race. And I'm just kind of following him around, just getting shots to do a highlight reel for him of the race. And then also some little interviews and things for his sponsors, stuff like that. But I'm really excited about this whole trip. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be capturing, a lot of things that I get to do, a lot of people I'm going to see and meet. I've already been here for the practice rounds, and I've passed a lot of the super famous drivers without even realizing it. And I've just been a few feet away from all of the cars pretty much whenever they were being weighed and things like that. But I'm excited to see what this trip has in store for me. It's a really cliche thing to say, but I'm pretty excited about this because I've done 2 different races with Chad. They were both Bristol and Dover. Bristol, it was extremely hot. I was burning up everywhere I was going, and my camera kept overheating. And then Dover was extremely cold. But this week, the weather has been perfect, so I could not ask for better weather conditions. So I guess let's just see how the week goes. And hopefully Chad wins or something. Woo!
Or something.
Or something, yeah.
You definitely got your wish of or something.
Well, he at least finished the Xfinity race, which is amazing.
And now is poised to do, I hope, better in future races, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Does this mean he gets more opportunity? What happens next?
I don't know as far as opportunities go. I'm not really sure how all of that works, but he's definitely gained a lot more respect now from people.
Yeah, and exposure, experience
Yes.
rather, driving that Daytona track, which obviously is a very dangerous, tough track.
And he's always looking for sponsors, so if you have a business or something that you want to sponsor on his car, then let him know, and he'd love to have your logo on his NASCAR.
Chelsea Morgan says Chad raced with her cousin
Oh, that's cool.
in Legends. That's nice. Cool.
He's really cool.
All right, and what's this next thing that we see? Is this a picture of...
Okay, so this is the track. This is from the parking lot. You can see the pace cars, the Toyota Supras, and you can see the World Center of Racing sign up by the stands. And I loved the stadium there because they painted the seats in different colors to make it look like people are sitting there, even if nobody's there.
For real?
They're all like yellow, blue, red, and it's all scattered out. So it looks like the whole entire stadium's packed, but that's before anything started.
Well, that's interesting. Fascinating. It's like a movie trick.
I know, it's great.
In the old days, before CGI, they would use paint or cardboard cutouts or whatever they had to do to fill in a crowd shot to make it look like a massive crowd in the stands.
It's amazing how they do that. I wish they would do that at every track, so I don't have to try to shoot like the small parts where people are sitting. Or
well, I can make some comments about Air Force One, but I won't.
Oh goodness!
They accidentally tweeted out a picture of, accidentally on purpose, I don't know. They somebody tweeted out a picture of Air Force One from 2004 when it was a beautiful sunny day and the grandstand is full.
Oh goodness!
And but the day that this year the weather was bad. They had to delay the start of the race. So the real picture had those empty seats that you're talking about as Air Force One is flying over the stands. And the airport is like right next door.
Yes, it's literally right next to it.
So that's super loud then when a 747 is landing.
Yeah, I got to see it fly around. It was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And then everybody just stopped what they were doing. There were famous people walking through. Everybody was excited to see them. But once Air Force One came around, everybody just ignored the famous people and were directed towards the president.
If you're that close to the landing strip of a 747, you're going to notice.
Oh, yes.
Those things are huge and loud.
Yes.
All right. What's the next picture?
Well, we got a photo of me with the Daytona 500 trophy.
Whoa.
That is the trophy.
How'd you do that?
Well, just walked up there and took a picture with it. They had...
Oh, that was allowed?
Yeah, well, they had photographers there. You could pay to have your photo taken, but because I was part of the team, I was able to go up there and take a picture of it.
Yeah, you've got all the credentials. You have the vest that said...
Yes.
What did your vest say? Official something?
NASCAR licensed video.
Do you get to keep the vest?
No, I had to turn it back in.
Oh, because they'll use it again for the next race.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. And then what's this one? It looks like that's not snow.
No.
What is that I'm seeing?
So this is when David came down.
Oh, boyfriend, the boyfriend.
My boyfriend David, yes. He came down. He rented a convertible.
So we're allowed to talk. See, I wasn't sure how much we could talk about the boyfriend on the show, but we
I
can
don't care.
apparently put his picture on with his flowers.
There he is.
Look at that.
He surprised me, and the flowers were for Valentine's Day.
That's sunlight.
Yeah.
From the distance, it looked like a snowdrift. That's just the actual sunlight.
Yeah, that's just the sunlight. It was very warm.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
He surprised you with the convertible and the flowers, but you knew he was coming.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
nice.
on our way to Orlando, where his grandfather was, so I got to meet his grandfather while we were down there.
Yeah.
He told me that we were going to Disney World the next day.
Yeah. And did you shout out, "I'm going to Disney World"?
Sort of.
Had you been before?
I've been once.
Okay.
This was my second time, but I had no idea. Like, that didn't even cross my mind that we would go there.
How far away is it from Daytona?
About an hour and a half, somewhere around there.
Okay, that's not too far.
Not too bad. But here's the video whenever...
All right, let me take one more comment. You mentioned these stands.
Yeah, that's a really short video. It was just showing the...
The boyfriend?
Well, no,
wait, we're supposed to fall in love with the boyfriend too?
No. Like, it's just showing the Disney World, and then it goes to
all
him.
right. Yeah, because all I saw was...
Because he surprised me.
Yeah, I get it. I only saw I looked over too late. And I just saw
maybe you should pay attention.
I was putting through a comment from Doug Tussing talking about how he worked on a movie set in the deck back in the day when they used cardboard cutouts in the stands during the hockey game.
That's really cool.
So I'll put that through again so you all can get caught up on that. I put it through too soon, which is pretty cool, and they had to make it look like there's a full crowd there, but you can't afford to pay 18,000 people to fill in a hockey arena.
Then you've also got to feed them and all that.
Yeah, craft services, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Doug also says a friend of his is a photographer for NASCAR.
A friend of mine is a photographer for NASCAR.
No, I'm a videographer for NASCAR.
Well, okay.
It's amazing how many people are there, though.
Yeah.
There's like you'll see purple vests and orange vests everywhere. The purple vests mean that you're a videographer.
Oh.
And then the orange ones mean that you're a photographer, which is weird because usually as a videographer or photographer, you want to wear all black so that you blend in and you don't stand out.
Yeah.
But there you stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, you don't want to get hit by a car.
Well, that, and also the officials they're very strict on where you can go. You have to get special permission to go to certain places, even if you do have the vest.
Okay. Now, how did that affect your fashion choices? I mean, because I would think, knowing you would research in advance, knowing what shade of purple you're going to be wearing.
Well,
and then you don't want to wear anything that would clash, with your purple NASCAR videographer vest.
Right. Well, Hunter, will you pull up the race day picture?
Oh, you have to skip down to in the pile. Oh, there she is. This is the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. What is that? Your number?
All right. So that was the number that I was as a videographer there.
Next time you go, you'll be a different number.
I will be a different number.
All right.
But I wore these black pants, black shoes, black shirt.
In the Florida sun?
Yes. It wasn't too bad though, but the reason why I choose to wear black when I go is because if you go down into the pits, the garage area, everyone except for the drivers are wearing all black. So
to hide the grease.
Probably, but since I'm a woman, I'm like one of the only women down there besides the drivers' wives.
Oh.
So I try to blend in a little bit better because I feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb if I wear something fashionable.
Put that up again. I want to see how she did her hair. I wasn't looking. So your hair is pulled back tight?
Yeah, so I did a couple of braids, and then I pulled it up into a bun.
Because you don't want loose hairs getting caught in the wheels or whatever happens.
Right. Oh, and it was actually interesting. On the day of the Xfinity race, whenever there was a winner, like whenever he crossed the finish line, he did a burnout, spin around.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's what they do whenever they win. Well, there was one of the videographers for Fox, I think, was down there like recording it, just standing out there, and the car almost hit him. It was so scary, but it was kind of funny to watch him run around.
Just running to get out of the way?
Yeah.
It might be I don't know, which is better, to stand still so the driver knows where you are, or to run like heck to get out of the way.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Okay.
And then, of course, I think the most interesting thing about this entire trip was that our president, Donald Trump, was there.
Now, this is, I guess, somewhat normal because in 2004, when that would have been, who was the president in 2004? George W. Bush.
I think so.
And that would have been an election year also. Mm-hmm. So he would have been running for re-election. So what does he do? He goes to NASCAR in 2004, and then Trump did the same thing this year. Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely the right crowd to go in front of, because everybody was wearing Trump shirts. They were all excited about him.
So it makes sense for him to go to a NASCAR.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, maybe the rest of y'all could learn from it. Can you imagine Bernie Sanders trying to go to a NASCAR race or one of the other candidates?
That'd be interesting.
To try to get some support from that crowd.
And then there was Darius Rucker was also there. He played a show right before the president.
Is that the wagon wheel guy?
Yeah, that's him.
I remember when he was in Hootie and the Blowfish. We used to think his name was Hootie. This is how stupid we were back then. We thought he was Hootie, and the rest of the band was the Blowfish.
I had a lot of fun, Julie.
But we found out later that, he's got an actual name.
Yeah, Darius Rucker.
So it was good for him to have a solo career and be the wagon wheel guy.
Yeah, well, we've got a video of that.
Oh, please. Do you know that song?
I do.
What's it called?
I don't know what it's called, but it's like, I'm looking for a girl like you.
And who sang it? I mean, how was it? If you were playing it on the radio, or if you were buying an album or a CD or a download, who would the artist be listed? Who would be the artist?
Darius Rucker?
Nope. That's a Hootie and the Blowfish song.
Who's Hootie and the Blowfish?
That's the band that Darius Rucker was in. He's singing. Oh. That's their hit. They had one song that made them famous as a band, and that was it.
So he's lucky. He got to be famous in two different bands.
He's that song and the Wagon Wheel song. He's got two.
And he didn't even write the Wagon Wheel song.
Who did?
I don't know.
Gene Autry?
I don't know. It wasn't Darius Rucker.
That was a joke for my mom, in case my mom's watching, or anyone else from the Greatest Generation.
Jessica says she loves Hootie and the Blowfish.
What is this?
Amber said it's called I Only Want to Be
I Only Want to Be With You. Correct. That was right.
And then Chris says it was once called Hottie and the Blow Pops.
I think that's a joke.
Oh.
I mean, it's funny, but it's a joke. Right?
I hope so.
Yeah. Because... Yeah, excellent. All right, so this is good. So we've seen everything from Daytona, or you still have a few more to share with us?
I have more, but...
Go ahead. We got time. I mean, we may as well show... I'm not going to be interested next week.
That's true. I have just one last thing to show.
Knock it out today. We still got 11 minutes. Go.
Okay. Well, whenever the race, the Cup race, was about to start, they had these big fighter jets, or whatever you call them, that came out. Mm-hmm. And they came out in a row.
Like in the air or on the...
In the air.
Okay.
So they fly out from the airport and go over the stands.
Yeah, it's a military flyover.
Yeah, they do all these really cool things. There's fireworks going off.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing.
Would it be like the Blue Angels or the Thunderbirds?
Probably.
Blue Angels is the Navy precision flight team. Thunderbirds is the Air Force precision flight team. Yeah. Nice.
Do you want to play that, Hunter?
I guess it depends what kind of base is nearby. Go ahead. nice.
It was really cool.
It's great how they're always available
Mm-hmm.
for the Daytona 500.
Well, I mean, Daytona 500 is big. It's just as big, or if not bigger, than the Super Bowl.
All right, that was what I was going to ask. How would it compare? And Rich Haley, if you're still watching, this is a question. Daytona 500, how does it rank compared to like a World Series or a Super Bowl, which also gets the flyover? The flyover, usually not usually, but often the stealth bomber or one of those other big planes will fly over the Super Bowl. I mean, they also fly over the Rose Parade in Pasadena. So, I mean, multiple comments saying these are the Thunderbirds. And I'm not talking about the marionette show from the 1970s.
Or the car.
I'm talking about the Air Force Thunderbirds, right? Those are the precision flyers from the Air Force. All right, very cool. Yeah, nice. A lot of you have commented. We love that, by the way. And let me talk a little bit about what makes Mountain Fun Life tick, and it's you. When you are commenting, it tricks Facebook into thinking this show is interesting. So
it is, Frank. It is.
And when you like it, it also helps. And our business, and that's why we offer, we can offer you some movie tickets, which are a small thank you gift, a small thank you gift for one of you. But your comments, likes, and shares are actual, it's like giving us money, if you really want to get down to it. Because our goal as a startup operation here is to get more viewers and then get more advertisers, get more businesses interested in renting out the studio to make a commercial or infomercial type of thing. In fact, I got to talk to Bob. I got a hot one on the line who wants to rent out the studio. So, but that's very valuable to us. Every one of your comments is worth something to us. Every one of your likes is worth something to us.
You mean the world to me and Frank. Yes, you do. And this is a song for you.
You're back to the Stevie Nicks mode again.
I am.
You can tell, she sings a little bit like a sheep, You ever hear her sing Silent Night? Silent Night. That's my Stevie Nicks impression. How about?
She does.
On the edge of 17.
She really does. Or I imagine her going, on the edge of 17.
Yeah. I've been reading a lot about her lately. She's says that all the things I'm just talking about, social media, Stevie Nicks hates all of it. So I know we're in no danger of Stevie Nicks ever seeing this show.
Well, we're in danger of the vacation group not seeing our show because Doug tried to share it to their page and they denied it. How dare they? Thank you for trying.
Well, they may have ulterior motives that they may see us as competition. Because obviously, we have our Mountain Fun Life best deals. We are going to be selling more ads as the summer season approaches. Everything we're doing now, and you guys are the best because you're out on the ground floor. Everything we're doing now is in preparation for a big tourism season. We have to be up and running. We have to have all of our ducks in a row, all of our shows across the board. The sports show, the entertainment show, the magazine show with you and me. All of those things, we have to have those going and steady. And that's why the likes, the shares, and the comments are very valuable to us. And not just on Facebook, but we all know Facebook it's not rigged in favor of you or me or you watching. It's rigged in favor of Facebook. And they want to put forth information and posts that will keep their members on Facebook longer. So the ones that get the most clicks, likes, and shares get pushed to the top. So that's what it helps us. That's the way it is. And then, we're trying to beat the system.
The only way to help Mountain Fun Life is by helping Mountain Fun Life.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost you anything to click, like, or share.
No, it's free.
Same thing on YouTube. So even if you don't love YouTube or don't go there, I love YouTube personally.
I do too.
That's my go-to TV channel nowadays. As I go there, I got it on Roku. I rearranged my Roku. So my top three, my first three bars.
Look at you being a nerd.
I am totally a nerd. The number one position on my Roku is Mountain Fun Life. Number two is YouTube. And number three is PBS, or as my wife calls it, you, and you.
Because they're on all three.
Yeah. I said, yeah, it's MeTube, it's BBS, and Mountain Fun Me. So, but anyway, I watch this on Roku, which is good for us. But when you subscribe to us on YouTube, that's very helpful. And, of course, we want you to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, Jessica, she says she loves Mountain Fun Life. Chris says, let's push you to the top.
Thanks,
Amen.
guys. Appreciate that. And now, I think, with 5 minutes left in the show, the computer over there, or somebody over there, is randomly picking a winner, and I can see that it is, you see that? It's Chris Crespo.
Yes. Congratulations, Chris.
I don't even remember. Did Chris have a comment earlier?
Yes.
Must have had a comment. That's
It's
how
at
you
the
get chosen.
First page. Say good morning.
All right, so that's our winner, is Chris Crespo.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chris. These tickets don't have an
You
expiration
get
date on them.
confetti. Woo.
So whether you're local or just coming here over the summer, you'll be able to use these. You'll have to contact us, DM us a way to get in touch with you. The easiest is you could just DM your mailing address to us, and Kira or Hannah will drop these in the mail to you, right? And otherwise, we can make arrangements for you to come pick them up if that's easier for you. Send us something. We need to have a phone number, or better yet, a mailing address.
Right. So Tony wants to know when our magazine is coming out. Do you know of anything?
It's time. They're timing it so that it'll be ready for the baseball season.
Okay. And when is the baseball season?
Usually starts March, April. Spring training is going on now, so we can look up and see when the first home game is. But we made a deal with the Smokies baseball to distribute it at the stadium.
Oh, cool.
I know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but the deal's been made.
Oh, you just got a
I hope it's okay.
spoiler.
Well, anyway, that's part of it is, and I think they wanted to tweak it a little bit to reference that fact that it's at the stadium.
Okay.
And because they'd run a couple of test pressings of it, and this is the slow, quote unquote, slow season in the Smokies. There's some of the shows are not open yet, so we thought, well, let's wait until all these shows start to reopen, which usually is around Easter or spring break. So think so late March, beginning of April is the logical time for us to roll this out. That way, when you come and they're in the stands, they're new, they're fresh copies. They haven't been sitting around and gotten beaten up or anything.
That's true.
So
I'm excited about that.
And it's just logical to roll all of that out, because the baseball season starts at the same time that, think about it, you drive up and down the strip, for lack of a better word, the Parkway. You've probably seen the signs that say next show March 15th or March 30th. That's when everything is back to full operation by let's just say April 1st. I'm going to say that.
And that's when Mountain Fun Life magazine will come to the shelves.
That's why we're doing all this now in February. Why you're launching all these new shows in February? Why are you getting all these extra comments? Because by the time April comes around, and by the time those of you who are coming for the summer and spring are coming here to see the dogwood flowers and all summer long and ride, that go to the water parks, go to the new Soaky Mountain, go to all the things, and next year with the fall colors, we'll be so used to this. You'll come to us as your go-to. You'll know that we're a trusted source because we've been there, done that.
Yeah, you can come to us.
All right, that's my commercial for Mountain Fun Life.
Good job, Frank.
Thank you, Kira.
It's a lengthy commercial.
Back to you, Kira.
Okay, thank you for watching Mountain Fun Life.
You think you can take us all the way out for another minute and a half, or do you want me to do that?
I mean, do we have to go to a full hour? We could just end it at any moment.
No, I will do it because I like it. I like watching, I like clicking when I go home and look at the YouTube and the Roku ones. I like it when the show is an hour or 59 minutes, 59 seconds.
You are such a nerd.
No, I'm in broadcasting. I have been in broadcasting my entire professional life. I got into broadcasting while I was in college, and that was a long time ago.
I believe it.
So that's all I've done. All I've done is broadcasting. That's all I got. I got nothing else. If I got fired from all of my jobs and I had to go find something else to do, I don't even know where I'd start.
You'd probably just make your own YouTube channel.
Oh. All right, well, I'm not going to because I'm on this YouTube channel. So yes. All right. So thank you again for watching. Tomorrow we'll have Sports in the Smokies on remote from Rich Haley, who is in Florida on vacation with his lovely wife, Lissa. So they're going to spend some couples time down there, but he's going to take a break from it and do sports updates for us via Facebook Live, which you can do from anywhere, obviously. And then on Monday, you're here Monday, right?
Yeah, I'm back now.
We're back with regular Morning in the Mountains on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday's the entertainment show with Dre Hilton and Jim Johnson. So thank you so much for watching Mountain Fun Life, clicking, liking, sharing all the things. For Kira Cup, I'm Frank Murphy. We'll talk to you again next time.